With operation excellence, I find continuous improvement is one of the key things that a company can follow, because as a startup, you start with everything being manual and over time you start automating things. I often advise companies to go to implement something which is called autonomous operations,
Yeah.
which is AI powered self-governing operations, where over time what you do is start moving all the objective decision making to AI, and subjective decision making is focused by humans.
Okay.
And over time, what happens is today what was subjective for you becomes objective in a year's time. And therefore, while your company is expanding, adding new products, expanding into new segments, there's always new subjective decision that keeps coming in. And therefore, it allows you to keep the team size down while improving operations excellence and efficiency in your company.
Okay. All right. So, in your role as an entrepreneur, how do you strike a balance between the need of experimentation and risk taking and the pressure to deliver measurable results and meet expectations?
Um, I keep telling everyone, experiment quick, fail fast, because the faster you fail, the lesser money we are going to waste if it's not going to work. However, experimentation, see, as a scientist myself, as a STEM person myself, it's very easy to go with the flow and start looking at technologies as a stealth solution, start working in depth. But ultimately, we have to balance with what returns the business is going to get. So what we do is we promote our team to suggest improvements, suggest innovations, and therefore value it against business returns that we can get, and therefore pick the top 5 for experimentation every 3 months,
Okay.
which gives us 3 months to experiment with it if we can, and fail fast. If it works, we go ahead. If it doesn't, you drop it and go to the next one. And this creates a constant cycle for the team to feel that they are heard and their ideas are being used. And it also makes them realize that not all ideas will create business value,
True.
because return on investment is extremely important. A business is a business because it's there to make money,
Yeah.
and that's the bottom line of it. And it's sometimes very difficult to let go. However, we also take a very long-term view to experimentation, because there are technologies which are being worked on today will be a success in 5 years' time. So, looking at those views, how we can break that technology into small steps
Yeah.
and incrementally bring it into the system is another way of promoting experimentation and technology adoption quickly.
That was quite insightful. So, my last question to you would be, according to you, which are the shining sectors that will see the surge in the number of startups in the next 2 years?
So, I know today AI is a buzzword, but I keep telling everyone AI is a brain on shelf. It doesn't work very well without your hands and limbs. You have to have mechanics with it. So therefore, I feel robotics is the next big sector that will come in. It's already big in the West, and it's upcoming in India. And there are so many opportunities and use cases in this segment that it's incredible. Robotics combined with AI is implementation on an entirely different level. It's going to change the way we work. It's going to change our psychology. It's going to change our um, society, the way we work. And I'll give you a few examples. Now, in your day-to-day life, we've already seen home automations, lawnmowers, vacuum cleaners, but there'll be housekeepers, there are companions, there's education, and these are all already touching us on a day-to-day basis. It is, of course, AI based, but there are certain aspects that need to have robotics assisted. Now start moving on towards Medical. Now, medical is another area where we are seeing a lot of advancements for precision surgeries. There's also nanotechnology coming into picture, which, of course, nanotechnology doesn't work without AI altogether.
Yeah.
And it's an entirely different use case of where AI and robotics works together, in which nanobots can find a way through your body to a tumor to actually destroy it without having that invasive surgeries.
Yeah.
So you need to start thinking from that perspective. There are cobots, which is where humans and robots coexist. And this is where we are looking at in defense, in health and safety sector, in hazardous environments, where humans have their instinct, but robots are less impacted from the environment. So therefore, humans and robots co-work together.
Yeah.
And there's something called a swamp robotics that's also there. So this the concept comes from the way insects work, which is a collective of multiple robots working as a distributed AI,
Okay.
but working as a team, autonomous but working as a team. Individual isn't autonomous but working as a team. So collectively they can do construction, they can do search and rescue. There is so much that has to be done in that space. So I think these technologies are just going to keep coming, keep growing, and that's where a lot of the scope is going future.
All right. That was quite insightful. Thank you so much for having time for us. It was lovely talking to you.